Hello, this is Craig. This is day 16 of my 30-day video challenge. Today I would like to talk about the pressure of being a content creator. If you're not familiar with the process of creating, this idea might sound a little bit bizarre. It might be a little bit weird to think about pressure for creating. If you've ever tried to sit down and write an article, or if you've ever had to write an essay, maybe for school, maybe you've had to sit down and create a report for work, whatever it is, you've had to sit down and create something. For a lot of people, this is a fun process. It is for me. Creating was my way of expressing myself. I would write articles for the sake of writing them because I liked writing them. I liked coming up with that story, whatever it was. It started for me as a way to express myself. And for many people, I think it starts this way. Whether you're doing photography, whether you're painting, whether you're writing songs, whatever you're doing, it starts as what I think of as a passion pursuit or something that you just really enjoy doing, a creative pursuit. As you get more experience with this, you might decide that this is something that you'd like to do either on a regular basis as like a regular hobby, or it might be more, like it might be something that you want to do as a career. There's this subtle shift that occurs when you take creating, whatever it is, whether it's writing or music or video or painting, whatever it is, when you decide to take it from just something that's fun to do into the realm of something that is career related, it changes in nature. Some of it changes in nature. When you take it from being something that you just do for fun to something that you do for a career, there's some things that change about it. Part of that is that you start creating more frequently. I started to experience this somewhat when I started to record these videos every single day. This is just fun for me. I am trying to get better at speaking on camera just for the practice so that it would help me grow. I didn't start this process because I wanted to make YouTube a career. It was just a fun process to help me get better at speaking to the camera. When you first start creating, and you're doing it on a repetitive basis, meaning you may be doing it every day, multiple times a week, there's something that happens when you're put in a situation where you need to come up with creative work repetitively. I started seeing this myself when I had to write articles on a regular basis. At first, when you're just free to make as much content as you want on whatever topics you want, it can be really easy to come up with ideas. As you start to create regularly, maybe on a daily basis, the pressures can start to build on you. And so suddenly, what was completely just a fun pursuit now has kind of a different flavor to it. It has a different tone. What started out with very little pressure, because you're just uploading something, maybe, like in my case, I was just uploading something to YouTube, quickly becomes something that's expected. With my 30-day challenge, very few people are expecting it. There are a few people that are watching it, but I don't know they're expecting it. So a lot of this pressure is in my head. But as a creator, this pressure can start to get to you. When you need to come up with new ideas every single day, I think I spoke about this before, your brain gets really tired quickly. If you're not used to producing content that frequently, your brain can just become exhausted. And so the process goes from being a really fun one to being something that's, I wouldn't say you dread it, but you're just like, oh man, this is painful sometimes. Today's topic was inspired by a YouTuber by the name of Natalie Lynn. And Natalie Lynn is a 22-year-old, I would say, filmmaker. She started making prank videos, and then that moved into vlogs and short films. And so she did this, from what I understand, she did this growing up, and she did a lot of this stuff for fun, and she was just expressing herself creatively through video. Eventually, as she went into high school and then to college, she decided that she wanted to do this full time. She started to grow her YouTube channel, and then this became essentially her career after college. Today, I watched this video of hers that was titled, "I Became Everything I Ever Wanted." It was a 15-minute short film. It chronicled her life from a baby all the way to present day. And so it showed different pieces of her film making experience, her life growing up. All these pictures and videos brought the audience into her story. And so she just takes you on this journey of the struggle of being a content creator, and then the joys and some of the low points of creating videos for YouTube. Starts early on telling of her struggle to produce content and the pressure to produce content every day. And then it ends with her coming to a resolution and what she kind of discovered in this journey. I can completely relate to a lot of the things that she mentions as far as the creative pressure of coming up with new ideas and the doubts of feeling like, can I continue to do this? Can I continue to come up with new ideas and execute on those ideas? This really just resonated with me deeply because a lot of the struggles and fears she expresses in the video, I feel like I've had those myself. She brilliantly tells her story and uses all these different techniques to do so. One of the things that stood out to me is that her gear or setup for creating her videos is pretty humble. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but what I'm used to seeing on YouTube are even these part-time hobbyist YouTubers that have such elaborate setups where, I'm sure she has a great camera, but it's nothing like some of these part-time YouTubers that I see that have all the latest gear for every little thing you can imagine. She's very purposeful, I think, in the pieces that she has. It sits in stark contrast to a lot of the YouTubers out there who go out and buy all the latest gear when they barely do this, maybe on the weekends. And so I really applaud her for her style and her choices of being very resourceful in what she uses to create her films with. This just really inspired me. I'll put, like, down in the comments, I'll put a link to her channel so you can go check this out, and I'll also link to the specific video I'm talking about. But it just really inspired me. She's quite a bit younger than myself, and so it's really interesting for me to see, like, a younger generation and how they're choosing to create videos and actually how she's approaching YouTube. I just wanted to give her a shout out because she was the one that inspired me in today's topic. I would encourage you to check out some of her videos and just see her process and see the struggle that she goes through to create every day. She was really an encouragement to me today and inspired this topic, so I wanted to highlight her and just some of the things that really stood out to me. I hope this discussion has helped you see maybe some of the struggles that goes on behind the scenes for someone that creates something every day or on a regular basis, and that it is normal for creatives, experience some pain and struggle in the process of creating. That's all for today. Until tomorrow, goodbye.